Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment. And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment. I don't know. No, we'll go. No, we will continue. No. Ilhan, you need to go get checked. No, we will continue this. We're not going to get away with it. You need to go get checked. No, I don't know what. No.
Well, things are really getting crazy in this country, especially Minneapolis, where at a town hall, Ilhan Omar, your favorite congresswoman, is attacked by a guy with a syringe full of apple cider vinegar that he sprays all over her. Nobody that's not a dumb Democrat voter thinks that this is legit. I'm going to go through all the things that don't make any sense, and at the end, I want you to tell me what you think in the comments. Okay, number one, if you look at the room, it's filled with media. Look at how small the room is, by the way. Why would she do a town hall in a tiny little room with a 9-foot ceiling and so many cameras? And you know what you don't see in here at all? Where are the Somalians that she loves to help get fraud? Nowhere to be found. This is probably the widest audience you could ever get in a place like Minneapolis with someone like Ilhan Omar speaking. Very, very suspicious. Lots of cameras, small room, a bunch of white people, no Somalis to be found anywhere. The audience feels off. Something funny is going on. And if we get to the bottom of this, guys, I think we can get her deported. Fingers crossed. I think if we can show that this was a hoax, she can get deported and go to prison probably, right? Tell me in the comments. Next thing. The guy is right in front of her, literally sitting right in front of the podium in the first row. That is so perfect. How did he get that seat? Why isn't a Somalian sitting there?
Diabetes.
This is the guy, Anthony Kazmierczak, in the front row. C-SPAN caught him. What is he doing? And I thought that water bottles were not allowed into these things. Why does he have a water bottle? It's pretty much empty. He looks like he's intoxicated or drunk or something. Who knows what this guy's up to? Why is he in the front row right in front of Ilhan Omar, a guy that doesn't look like one of her supporters? How did the security not say, you know what, this guy seems a little intoxicated, might be drunk, might be on something. Let's move him somewhere else. I don't like his energy. Nope, he's literally has the best seat in the house. Just the way he's acting here seems weird. So he's in the first seat. Nobody else is acting weird. Everyone else is kind of blending in. This is a weird audience. He's definitely standing out. Now, the interesting thing is he's all sloshed like this before, it looks like, but he doesn't say anything through her entire speech. He literally sits there, very polite, doesn't interrupt her speech at all.
And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
So she must resign or face impeachment. She gets that out right on cue. She looks right at him and nods, and then he jumps up. It's unbelievable. Look at this.
Resign or face impeachment.
Right on cue. She finishes her line. She says her line. She glances at him. On cue, he jumps up. Right when she nods, he jumps up. That is suspicious. Next thing, he jumps up. You can't even hear what he's saying. You should resign. Starts falling backwards right into the arms of security. How convenient is that? Literally backs up away from Ilhan Omar, the one he's supposedly attacking, and out of nowhere squirts her with something. Her first instinct when a guy gets up out of the first row and says something and squirts something at her, her first instinct is to run up and try to attack a guy who's got a syringe filled with God knows what. That seems kind of weird to me. I mean, is she so tough? She's what, 5 feet tall? And guys, have you noticed with Ilhan Omar, and I don't really want to make a big deal out of this, she's gaining some weight, guys. I know that this is not halal to say, but she is looking porky. A little Muslim porker is what she looks like. And I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying she's getting porky. Okay.
I don't know.
Right after she says, I don't know, but she doesn't seem alarmed.
I don't know.
I don't know. But she's not panicking. She's not alarmed. She doesn't know what was in that syringe. Guys, it could have been feces or something. I hate mustard. If it was mustard, I would have seriously treated it like it was sulfuric acid. I would have literally had a meltdown on the spot. That's how I'm a little bit triggered by mustard. Guys, if you got squirted with an unknown substance by some weirdo sitting in the front row, would you be thinking, I got to take this outfit off and get into something else? Nobody in the audience, look at the audience. Nobody's really responding. The guys, some of the guys are literally sitting back and doing nothing.
It's impeachment. I don't know.
Oh my God. Oh my God, he sprayed something on her.
I need a napkin to know nothing.
No, we'll go.
No, we will continue.
No. Ilhan, you need to go get checked. No,
We will continue this. We're not gonna get away with it. We will continue this. We're not gonna get away with it. We will continue this. We're not gonna get away with it.
Oh, guys, what do we think of that? These fucking they'll never get away with it. And here's the thing, this lady with the brown jacket, she's doing the right thing. Hey, Ilhan, we got to get you checked. We got to go to the hospital. We got to run some tests. We got to make sure this isn't something that could kill you. It could be like, maybe it's anthrax. Who knows what it is?
Oh my God, he sprayed something on her.
I need a napkin to know nothing.
No, we'll go.
No, we will continue.
No. Ilhan, you need to go get checked. No,
We will continue this. We're not gonna get away
you
with
need
it.
to go get checked. No, I don't know what. No.
She doesn't care. She's so brave that she doesn't care what some strange guy just squirted all over her. I mean, come on. As a woman, Ilhan Omar, you should immediately go to the worst thing. You should assume it is his semen, blood, pee, poop, or something in between. You should assume it's the worst thing. She assumed it was salad dressing, and I think she was right. That was the thing that made me go, oh, are you kidding me? Apple cider vinegar, of all things, to squirt on somebody? You have one chance to squirt somebody. What are you going to squirt them with? Apple cider vinegar. She got sprayed with salad dressing, didn't even want to change her outfit, didn't have any problem. Was like, guys, what's the problem? It's like, well, you smell like vinegar, which is gross, unless that's an upgrade. Ooh, maybe she doesn't change her turban and she smells funny. I don't know. What I do know is those arms look like sausages. Those look like sausages, pork sausages right there on Omar. She got some porky arms. And look at the weird NPCs in the crowd who aren't even moving. Tell me in the comments, are they in on it? Is that AI? Is there a chance that this is AI, guys? We got to find out who that guy is. That guy was in on something. He's got the perfect shot. Literally, as Ilhan Omar, the guy is sitting down, ready to jump up and say something and squirt her with something. He's got the perfect shot. He barely even moves or reacts. Barely even moves. He's like, ooh, got it. This guy doesn't even move. This guy literally doesn't care. Look at this. Guys, this could be anthrax. This could be a biological weapon. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that someone strange had a syringe and squirted it at her. And it was brown, guys. Can you imagine that? This guy literally seems bored by the event. This lady is not in on it. She's saying the right things. If this is what it looked like to me, we got to get everyone out of this building just to be safe until we know what the heck that was. It was in an unmarked syringe. How could you possibly be confident it's just apple cider vinegar? How could your nose work that good? Unless you're a dog.
Oh my God, he sprayed something on her.
I need a napkin to know nothing.
She says, I need a napkin to know it's what? Why would you need a napkin to know something? This is weird. The security guard is doing the right thing. Now look at this guy. This guy is literally working so hard to get the security guy to stop that the security guy has to look back at him and say, stop it. Look at this.
No, we will. No. You need to go get checked. No, we will continue. These fucking assholes are not going to get away with it. You need to go get checked. No, you don't know what. That's whatever it is smells so bad. She needs to go get checked. I don't know what that was. That's what they want. It's not about him, Ilhan.
Okay, so
And then he runs away out of nowhere. Something funny's going on. And then she finishes the speech, guys. Are we buying this? Tell me in the comments, because this is a big deal. I don't think Ilhan Omar knows that staging something like this, if it's found out, it's kind of a big deal in this country. Maybe not in Mogadishu, Somalia, where you're from. Maybe you can make up whatever you want and be a victim. In this country, Jussie Smollett is ruined and forever will be ruined until he's honest. She looks like Jussie Smollett. That's another weird thing that doesn't add up. Notice how the media is rushing towards the guy with the unknown substance that he just squirted out of a syringe. They're not worried at all. And apple cider vinegar has a pretty strong smell. This doesn't make any sense.
He sprayed something on her.
I need a napkin to know nothing.
This guy doesn't seem too alarmed.
No. You need to go get checked. No, we will continue. These assholes are not going to get away with it. You need to go get checked.
What could this guy possibly be saying to the security guard? How could he be this chill? It makes no sense.
No, we will continue. No. Ilhan, you need to go get checked. No,
we will continue. These assholes are not going to get away with it.
You need to go get checked. No, I don't know what. No. That's whatever it is smells so bad. She needs to go get checked. I don't know what that was.
That's what they want. Please don't let them know.
It's not about him, Ilhan. It's not about him. It's about your safety. No, he sprayed something on you. You need to go get checked. Yeah.
She keeps saying she needs to be checked. Nobody is paying attention to her at all. In fact, between the security guard and her, everybody else is like, why are you guys so bothered by this? Nobody gives a damn. Everybody is in on this. This is truly bizarre. How could they know for sure it was apple cider vinegar? And why the heck would someone spray apple cider vinegar? It makes no sense. None. If you're going to do all of this, if you're going to fill a syringe with something, why would it be apple cider vinegar? Also, the guy that did it, his wife is a Democrat, ex-wife, I should say. She's all about diversity. She's all about Somali fraudsters. Supposedly he was a MAGA. I don't know. Seems like another Somali fraud to me.
Representative Omar, are you okay?
You know, I'm going to go figure if I am, but I feel okay.
You're going to go feel if you are, but you feel okay? What is she saying?
You know, I'm going to go figure if I am, but I feel okay. I feel that it is important for people, whether they are in elected office or not, to allow these people to intimidate us, to make us not fight for our constituents and for the country we love. And as I said, you know, I've survived war, and I'm definitely going to survive intimidation and whatever these people think they can throw at me, because I'm built that way.
Thank you.
She's built that way. She needs to get deported, guys. And that's the nicest thing we could do. In my opinion, she should be in federal prison for all the fraud. Now, the thing that she might have messed up on, she did not know that they were going to send the feds in to look into this. Ilhan Omar thought she could just pull this off. The local cops would let the guy go. Nothing would happen. Well, the feds The FBI isn't looking into it. So this guy might start telling us what happens. I hope they make a deal and he says it was all set up. This is what people are saying. You know, the Jussie Smollett, Ilhan Omar memes write themselves. And then he shouted, "This is MAGA country." Jussie Smollett says, "I believe you." I bet he does believe her. This is pretty funny. It says, breaking news, Omar in hospital with third-degree burns after attack. It turns out the spray she was hit with was holy water. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord.
If Donald Trump wasn't in office and if he wasn't so obsessed with me, it is ironic that just last night he was on stage moments before I was attacked, talking about me. And then when asked about my attack, he said, "I don't think about her." I'm gonna come.
Guys, are these people real? Look at these people. This seems so fake. Everything about this seems fake. Here's the guy again, has a trans son, daughter, she, they. I don't know. I probably offended her by saying all that. Hard Pass says, I still can't believe that Omar lady tried to fake a hate crime, but everyone saw through the BS within the first 2 seconds, and now it's not being talked about anymore. What a time. This guy says, I mean, it is crazy. She hired a MAGA guy to spray her, and he gets charged federally and is keeping his silence. Crazy times. I mean, this is really something else. The Brett says, I knew it was fake when she tried to make a fist and go after the guy. If it was real, she would have never done that. All for show. Voodoo says, couldn't even commit to the bit and fill that thing with piss. Pathetic. That's, you know what, that is the biggest sign. Throwing apple cider vinegar, spraying apple cider vinegar on somebody, something you would put on a salad and then eat, has to be the least threatening thing. It doesn't even make any sense why you would do it. This guy says she tried to Smollett the masses, and you have the Leering Quality Acting School. Go ahead and call them if you need acting lessons. And we're happy to announce that Ilhan Omar has won the Jussie Smollett Leering Center Acting Award, guys. She really did a great job. I think the acting, I mean, it wasn't her best performance.
We will continue this. We're not gonna get away with it.
That line didn't really deliver, and she should have just punched the guy. EJ says, when was the last time you attended or saw footage from an Omar town hall that wasn't wall-to-wall Somalis? That was the first thing I noticed. This is Tom says, interesting how the one person saying, you don't know what's on you, get checked, is being completely ignored. Interesting. Grizzly Beast says, I think the biggest giveaway is Ilhan pretending to square up to that dude. She really went at him. She's getting chunky and porky, but she can fight, I guess. Zach and Kat says, the cue to attack, the fake punch she was going for, the fake outrage after, the not taking the liquid seriously, the smiling afterward. If it wasn't staged, I would be very surprised. Magdalena says, none of the audience even moved. They still sit in their chairs like good little people, even though a potentially toxic substance was just sprayed near them. That's insane. This guy says her natural instinct was to have no sense of self-preservation at all, of a stranger spraying stuff at her, and then she goes after him without fear. She went after him because she knew he was not a threat, and it would look good for the cameras. Jussie Smollett. I mean, they do look alike. The Black Swan says, who doesn't immediately run to the bathroom to remove the sprayed clothing, wash their skin, and scream for police to be called? I'll tell you who. A person who staged the attack and knew what the liquid was and that it wouldn't harm her. Gen X Vet says, fat chick in the tan jacket wasn't in on it. Her reaction was genuine. Omar's reaction was not genuine. She pretended to physically attack the guy after he sprayed her. It looks really fake. Ilhan Smollett. Yeah, the way she squares up is super sus. Super sus. She literally nods at him. Boom, right there. Nods at him. He comes up, squirts her for a solid few seconds before she finally reacts. She looks right at him. Doesn't look that afraid of him. He's also backing away from her for some reason, which makes no sense. This lady seems like one of the only people that's not in on it. That and her security. And the way she jumped at him, that just doesn't look real. And she is really packing on the pounds. Did I mention that? Look, I don't want to, I'm all about inclusivity, but I didn't know you were going to get chunky too on us, Ilhan Omar. The one thing she had going for her is she was kind of cute for someone that you literally detest. That was kind of her thing. Cute little demon. She seems surprised that the security guard is like concerned about an unknown substance. It's very bizarre.
No.
This guy needs to get checked out.
We will continue this. are not going to get away with
You need
it.
to go get checked. You don't know what.
She says I'm good. It's literally impossible to know you're good because you can't know the substance. If she staged this, she staged a Jussie Smollett attack that makes no sense. It just shows how dumb these Democrats are. They're sneaky. I mean, they know how to steal money from the government. They're good, but they're dumb. I mean, who thought they would get away with this? If it's fake, maybe it's legit. Maybe it's legit, guys.
Oh my God, he sprayed something on her.
I need a napkin to know nothing.
No, we will continue.
No. Ilhan, you need to go get checked.
No, we will continue. This are not going to get away
You
with
need
it.
to go get checked. No, you don't know what. No. That's whatever it is smells so bad. She needs to go get checked. I don't know
That's
what that
that's
was.
what they want. Please don't let them know.
It's not about him, Ilhan. Ilhan, it's not about him. It's about your safety. No, he sprayed something on you. You need to go get checked. Yeah, and it smells terrible.
She said it smells terrible. She's not in on it. The security guard is trying to rush her out or something, and she doesn't seem bothered, guys. She's tough.
No, we will continue. This are not going to get away with
You need
it.
to go get checked.
When I heard that, I said, oh man, this is super fake. It seems so staged right there. Ilhan, that didn't need to be done.
No, we will continue. This are not going to get away
You
with
need
it.
to go get checked.
I'm disappointed in you, honestly.
Get checked. No, you don't know what.
She gave her that look, I'm good, I know what actually happened. Is she too dumb to know that this is like a big deal if somebody walks up and sprays salad dressing at you, even if it makes no sense? He's literally saying, I have to take you somewhere. This is like a protocol that needs to be followed. It's not something you sweep under the rug.
Yeah, and it smells terrible.
We're gonna keep talking. Just give me 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes. I beg you.
Interesting. He actually tells that guy to go sit down.
Just give me 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes. I beg you. Please don't let them have the show. Please don't let them have the show. Please don't let them have the show. Please don't let them have the show.
Don't let them have this show. What a weird response to getting chemically attacked. What show?
Please don't let them have the show. Here is the reality that people like this ugly man don't understand. We are Minnesota strong, and we will stay resilient in the face of whatever they might throw at us. Everybody settle down. I'm going to finish my remarks.
Everybody settle down. There's still someone on the ground over there. There's an unknown substance that's been sprayed on you. Everybody settle down. And guess what? Everybody did settle down. This is unbelievable. Is that the guy that did it? Hold on. Is that the guy that did it getting on the ground? Hold on. Is that the guy that did it? If it is, how was he on the ground that long? Come on. This makes no sense. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Angela Rose says, my favorite part of the clip is the people still clapping after she got sprayed. Did that happen? Hold on. People are literally still clapping after she got sprayed. That crowd is very suspect. Scientist Pop says, God, that's so staged. Dude stands up, moves away from her and into the arms of a security dude. I mean, if somebody came at you with that syringe, I would assume it was feces water. I literally would assume that. I would never assume that it was just apple cider vinegar. Can I get some of that for my salad? This guy says, this is the most staged thing I've ever seen in my life. Rep Ilhan Omar, she's a fraud, so it's completely plausible that she orchestrated this. Deport Ilhan. I'm in complete agreement with that guy. Give it up to Anthony Kazmierczak. He actually won the Jussie Smollett Award for the best attacker. Ilhan Omar won it for the best acting job. I don't know. I think his acting was just as good as hers. Restore America says, I wonder how many times they rehearsed that scene. It still looks fake. Topher says 99.9% stage. Ilhan Omar hosting a town hall. Man sprays mystery substance on her. He's in the front row. She doesn't run or wipe it away or react at all, really. She runs towards him, Only thing missing is the man wasn't wearing a MAGA hat. You know what? That would have been what they needed. Go all the way. And at least fill it up with piss. Andrew Tate says Ilhan Omar would never stage an assassination attempt with water because Somalis are not scammers. Of course they're not. They're superior to Americans, according to Democrats. George says if you think Ilhan Omar's attack was legit, you might have the IQ of a Somalian voter for Ilhan Omar. Guy who is planning to spray her with some unknown substance conveniently sits front row, waits for the moment she attacks ICE and Kristi Noem, then sprays. Ilhan Omar chases him instead of ducking like a normal person, especially women when attacked. Ilhan Omar then defies her security to finish her dumb and unimportant speech. Finally, she proceeds to make herself out to be a champion who survived a political attack. Yeah, totally real. Well, guys, I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe. Tell all your friends about this video. Literally make it the first thing you talk about in every conversation. Say, hey, did you hear about this video on the internet with Ilhan Omar where the guy breaks it all down? Yeah, it was pretty good, actually.